My best friend and I had both transmigrated to a primitive beastman tribe. In this tribal world, females were rare and revered, and the society practiced polyandry. The tribe's chieftain allowed us, as newcomers, to choose our first partners. Last time, my bestie, Nicole, blushing with excitement, picked a naturally gifted serpent beastman. I chose a loyal werewolf. Nicole, however, couldn't stay content. When the serpent went into hibernation for the winter, she opened her own harem and added several more partners, hoping to live a life surrounded by handsome men. But the serpent was possessive and obsessive. When he found out, he locked Nicole in a cold, underground cave and kept her there to lay egg after egg. Meanwhile, my werewolf treated me like a queen. To top it off, he eventually became the tribe's chieftain. On the day of his succession, a jealous Nicole pushed me off a cliff. When I opened my eyes again, we were back to the day we first picked our partners. This time, Nicole rushed to pick the werewolf before I could. Lily, she smirked, this time, I'll be the chieftain's wife. I simply smiled and pointed at the tall, powerful white tiger priest nearby. I'll choose him, I said calmly. Who needs the title of chieftain's wife? If females truly rule this world, then why not aim higher? Becoming the queen of the beastmen sounds much better. After being pushed off that cliff, I was reborn. I woke up on the exact day Nicole and I first arrived in the primitive beastman tribe. As soon as I opened my eyes, I heard the elderly voice of the tribe's chieftain. All our unmated males are here for you two esteemed females. Choose whomever you like as your partner. Last time, Nicole and I were confused and overwhelmed. Thankfully, we were somehow able to understand the beastman's language despite being new to this world. Nicole, ever the thrill-seeker and self-proclaimed dating expert back in our world, didn't hesitate for even a second. She immediately pointed to the serpent beastman, handsome, with sharp, almost feminine features, and declared him her choice. 2 tails? I can handle it, she whispered excitedly to me, practically bouncing with glee. To her, this tribe was paradise. As she scanned the remaining beastmen, she turned to me with a grin. Lily, you're too boring to handle someone flashy. If you choose someone too good-looking, another female might steal him from you. Go for someone plain and reliable. She pointed at a few beastmen who had average appearances after taking human form. I followed her advice, not because I was afraid of losing my partner, but because one of the beastmen she pointed to was a werewolf. I'd heard that werewolves were fiercely loyal to their mates. Once bonded, they would never leave or stray. With him, I wouldn't have to worry about Nicole trying to take him from me. And I was right. My werewolf remained devoted to me, no matter how hard Nicole tried to seduce him. Her frustration grew, and one day, she sneered, Lily, your werewolf is so stubborn. He's too dumb to know what's good for him. I only smiled in response. Sure, he was single-minded when it came to his mate. But dumb? Far from it. If he were truly dumb, he wouldn't have been able to leverage my influence in the tribe to climb all the way to the chieftain's position. Of course, Nicole didn't know about the lengths my werewolf went to protect and guide me. This time, as soon as the chieftain finished speaking, Nicole wasted no time. I'll take him, she said, pointing directly at the werewolf. Hearing her words, the werewolf's eyes lit up with surprise and joy. In the white tiger tribe, werewolves were considered mid-tier at best, strong, but not extraordinary. Most females overlooked them. The other beastmen, however, were clearly upset. One particularly large black bear beastman thumped his chest, saying, Esteemed female, why would you choose a lowly werewolf when I'm right here? The werewolf stiffened, his expression betraying a hint of self-doubt. But Nicole walked straight up to him with a sweet smile. I'll take him. I trust that the mate I've chosen will prove to be the best. Before leaving, she leaned toward me and whispered smugly, Lily, this time, I'm going to be the chieftain's wife. I said nothing, watching as she confidently grabbed the werewolf's hand. The werewolf, overcome with emotion, let out an excited howl. The other beastmen could only glare enviously at him before turning their attention to me. I scanned the remaining group, my gaze landing on the serpent beastman. Nicole noticed and smirked. Lily, you know serpents are skilled in certain areas. You're inexperienced, so maybe he'd be a good choice for you. Save yourself some discomfort, you know? I chuckled lightly, shaking my head. No thanks. You know I don't like spineless creatures. Then I pointed to the tall white tiger priest standing near the serpent. I'll take him. The priest's eyes widened in surprise, while the chieftain's face lit up with approval. Nicole, however, couldn't hide her amusement. I knew what she was thinking. The white tiger priest wasn't just the tribe's spiritual leader, he was also the chieftain's son and the heir to the white tiger tribe. Ordinarily, he'd be a perfect choice. But in my previous life, he'd been ambushed by a neighboring tribe while hunting and died from his injuries. His death had paved the way for my werewolf to rise to power. This time, though, I wasn't about to let history repeat itself. I would make sure the white tiger priest survived, and I would turn him into the sharpest weapon in my arsenal. Nicole could have her petty dream of being the chieftain's wife. As for me? In a world where females ruled, why settle for anything less than becoming queen? This time, I would take control of my own destiny. Once Nicole and I had chosen our partners, we stood in front of all the beastmen of the white tiger tribe to officially form our contracts. In this primitive society, a female could have multiple male consorts, but only the males who had a formal contract with her were allowed to live with her. The rest, those who weren't bound by contracts, were no better than ancient mistresses in human history. Of course, there was one key difference between this world and human society: male consorts were an openly accepted part of life here. There was no secrecy or shame, no hiding them in the shadows. That said, being kicked out by a female if she no longer found you desirable was completely normal, and no one would bat an eye. In our past life, Nicole had taken full advantage of this system. Despite knowing how possessive and obsessive the serpent beastman could be, she still dared to flirt with other males during his hibernation. Why? Because she'd never planned to keep him around forever. Nicole's goal was simple: have her fun, then toss him aside with some convenient excuse. But things didn't go as planned. In this world, female beastmen were extraordinarily rare.